Hi everyone and welcome back to C Slays. I'm Azay, Sierra's best friend, and today I'm showing you how I installed these gorgeous, beautiful burgundy distressed locks with curls at the bottom. I absolutely love them, and if you like what you see, please do not hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm gonna hop right into the video. As you can see, I'm speaking in the video, but this is obviously a voiceover, and it's because I noticed I was speaking in a monotone in the video, so and nobody wants to listen to anybody speaking in a monotone. So if you can get past that, you will see how I installed these gorgeous locks. And if you want to see pictures of the photo shoot that I was doing at the beginning of the video, do not hesitate to follow Sierra and I on IG and Twitter so you can see more pictures of these gorgeous locks. So yes, right now I'm just taking out my clips. You can see the video that Sierra and I recorded the same day. We recorded 5 ways to style your mini twist, so I was just transitioning from that video to this one. You can already check that out, it's already uploaded. And right now I'm just explaining how I was researching a lot of ways to install these locks, and I literally could not find one. I'm using Kanekalon braiding hair, and I just decided that I'm going to show you all how to install the hair the way that I used to see people install hair like 5 to 10 years ago before there was lock hair. And yes, I know, Jose, well, why would you get Kanekalon braiding hair when there's lock hair? Well, because the beauty supply store I went to, I did not see any lock hair in Burgundy. Yes, I'm doing Burgundy locks, my first time trying a color. I'm really excited about it. Also, I'll be plugging videos and pictures of what the hair and stuff is looking like, and I know you saw some of the ones that I already included at the beginning of the video. They came out beautifully. So yes, I didn't see any lock hair, so I just got the Kanekalon braiding hair and used that to do my hair. And so now I'm just going to show you how to install the hair. As you can see, I already did one. And yes, this bottom is important. I don't have any flexi rods, so I had to Bantu knot the ends of my hair so that they can be curly and beautiful, as you saw at the beginning of the video. And here's a picture. I'm just going to include that right there. And honestly, I thought that was a good idea, because if you don't have the money to buy flexi rods, this is a great way to curl your hair. And if you watch to the end, I'll show you a more time-effective way to do it, so you don't have to do it individually for each lock. So yes, right now, yeah, you're gonna need a crochet hook. You're just gonna put the crochet hook through the root of your hair, loop the hair in through the crochet hook. You're gonna close the latch. Oh, I'm struggling a little bit. Close the latch, pull it through, and you're gonna hold one piece of hair and then pull the other through. So yes, that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm about to explain to you this method that I'm using. So what I'm explaining right now is that you don't want to have both ends be the same length. You want to taper the ends. Why? Because as you're wrapping, the part of the hair that you're going to be wrapping with, you want that to be longer so that you have hair to wrap around. And as I'm showing you right now, you also don't want the other end to be extremely short, because then you won't have anything to wrap with. So you want to taper it. You want it to be slightly uneven. You don't want it to be extremely uneven to the point where you don't have anything to wrap around or wrap with. So I'm about to get up right now so that you can see how the end should be tapered. As you can see, there's one end that's slightly longer than the other one. It should not be extremely uneven. And I'll show you when I get to the bottom of the lock why it should be uneven, so that you can see it in real time. So now I'm about to just start wrapping my hair. You want to grab your root taut so that it can be nice and, tight and neat. But do not pull your hair until you feel your hair follicles coming out of your scalp. On this channel, we prioritize the health and wellness of our hair. There's no point in putting in a protective style if your hair is not protected and growing and thriving when it's all said and done. So yeah, don't do that. But yes, you want to start wrapping. And how do you want to wrap? As you see right now, I'm spreading the hair out so that it can cover more of my twist. And by doing this, that's also going to leave you with more hair to wrap around the rest of the lock after you get to the end of your twist. You're gonna see me do this throughout the entire lock. Like, you want to spread and then twist, using your one finger to push that hair over. And don't worry, later in the video I'm going to show you again how to do this, so don't fret. But yes, you want to spread and twist, and don't get lazy in your twisting. Make sure that you are pretty much keeping the consistency of the lock being tight. You want to make sure that you're doing it this is important to do so that your lock doesn't unravel, because honey, I'm telling you, this hair will take any and all opportunities to unravel. So don't be like me. Don't get lazy in the middle of your twist when you're like, well, it's tight at the top. I'm telling you, it will unravel wherever it can unravel. So make sure that you're keeping the same consistency of tightness all throughout the lock. So yes, I sped this part up because you don't need to see me twisting. It's pretty much the same process all the way down the lock. You're just spreading it and then twisting it, spreading it and then twisting it. And yes, I was kind of going for a distressed look. I don't really like when locks look extremely uniform and flat all the way down. That's not really my style. And yes, if you want to see how Sierra and I prepped our hair for putting in these locks, yeah, she has locks too, and you can see that video. It's already on the channel. So now I'm just showing you that I'm at the end of my twist, and as you can see, had I kept both ends the same length, the part of hair that I was wrapping with, it would have been much shorter, and I wouldn't have any more hair to wrap my lock with. I wouldn't be able to continue my lock after my twist ran out. And I know that sounds bizarre, but just trust me. Make sure that you taper those ends so that you have hair to continue your lock. You don't want your lock to stop at your shoulders, at your chin. No, you want your locks to be nice, long, and gorgeous like mine. So taper your ends, and once you taper your ends, you're going to be able to continue that lock down the rest of the hair. And like I said, you didn't want the ends to be extremely uneven. You wanted them to almost kind of be the same length, but not really, because you want more hair to wrap around with. But I'm just letting you know, like, it's also important to keep that other end a little long so that you can have hair at the end to make curly. So yes, you probably have questions like, oh, well, what if the hair gets thin at the end? Don't be afraid to take some hair from that other part and then wrap that around there as well. At the end of the day, these are semi-distressed locks, so a little bump or a little kink in the lock is gonna give you that look. It's really not gonna make the lock look ugly or anything. So it really doesn't matter. Like, if you need to take hair from that other part, then do so. And then, yeah, you wanna, when you get down to a little thin piece of hair, make sure that you wrap it around all the way so that your end doesn't unravel. Yes, so I'm just now in the video, I'm just showing you essentially what I just explained about not being afraid to take a piece of hair from one side and then shifting it to the other side in order to continue your lock so that it's as long as you want it to be. So yes, now that you're down to a little thin piece of hair, wrap that around nice and tight. Remember, another key thing is don't get lazy with your wrapping. I know, tired, you're probably watching your show, Gossip Girl, or Grey's Anatomy, you're like, ooh, you know, the plots are getting really good. But I need you to multitask. Make sure that you are not getting lazy and making sure that that lock is nice and tight all the way down. And now I'm just showing you what the lock looks like. I'm inspecting to make sure that there's no black showing through. And just, you know, showing you what the lock looks like. I think it looks great. And now I'm about to show you how to Bantu knot the end, because I don't have any flexi rods or perm rods or anything like that. I'm just detangling the Kanekalon hair because you know that can get a little, you know, tangled, and I'm just zoomed in so you can see. You want to take your index finger and hold the end of your lock, and then take your other hand and just wrap it around. You know, I'm going to show you again. I unraveled, just twist it so that it can be nice and tight. You're essentially making a Bantu knot. You're going to take the end of your hair and then wrap it around your finger into a loop, and then you're going to hold that loop. You see the loop I just made? You're going to hold that loop and then continue wrapping the hair into a Bantu knot. And remember to wrap the hair and then wrap it into a Bantu knot. That way you're going to get the most potential out of this Bantu knot. Your hair is going to be really curly and beautiful. So yes, and at the end of not the end of the video, just essentially after this clip, I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how I turn this method and made it 10 times quicker, and you're going to thank me for it. Essentially, I'm just going to show you, instead of doing this individually, I did it with multiple twists. I did it with multiple locks at the same time. I didn't know this when I first started the video, but I figured it out by the end of it. So if you want to see that, you can just go ahead and skip to the end, and I'll show. And there's where I go into detail about how I wrap multiple locks at the same time to get a beautiful curl. So now I'm just showing you. I didn't really want my Bantu knot to just continue up my lock, so I just started to Bantu knot around the Bantu knot itself, and I'm in the video, I'm just explaining how if you just want the curl, right? You can, if you're afraid, oh, is that gonna mess up the curl? No, it's not gonna mess up the curl. Just continue Bantu knotting it up. And also, I'm gonna show you, or you should see in the videos and in the clips and stuff that I'm including in the video, how the Bantu knot curls work out. If you don't like the Bantu knot curls, don't be afraid to braid the end. Don't be afraid to be like, actually, I'm just gonna get these perm rods or whatever. I show, you can see what my curls look like in the pictures and videos I included, and I think that they came out absolutely beautiful and gorgeous, and every time I put my locks in, that's what I'm going to do. So that's what I'm showing you. But if that's not what you're going for, then don't be afraid to venture out to something else. Maybe you want to braid your ends. Maybe you want to crimp your ends. Maybe you just want to leave your ends straight. I don't know, but do whatever will make you feel most beautiful. And I'm just letting you know and giving my little 2 cents. I think that the way my Bantu knot curls come out were gorgeous. And so if you want your curls to come out like that, you should just Bantu knot up your end. Yeah, so make sure that that end is tight so that it doesn't unravel. And now I'll be transitioning into the other clip where I'm showing you again how to install the lock so that this tutorial is nice and detailed. And I'm just gonna let that other clip play where I'm not sounding monotonous. So enjoy. Hi everyone, I'm back, and as you can see, my whole head is done, and these are what the locks are looking like. These are what the curls are looking like. I will also be including pictures and videos of what the locks look like from behind. I'm in absolute love with the way that these came out, and as you can see, the Bantu knot method worked perfectly. And I'm just back to show you again how to install the locks with Kanekalon braiding hair. I'm gonna zoom in, and I'm also gonna move forward so you can see a little bit. But I'm just gonna walk you through it one more time, because what's a good tutorial without detailed instructions, right? Okay. Push my hair to the side. Crochet needle through the base of your twist or your lock. Again, if you want to see how we prep our hair, how we prep our hair for protective styles like this, you can go check it out. It's already uploaded. My preferred style are twists, because it makes the takedown so much easier, and I'm really excited to film that for you all. But yes, we're gonna go ahead and loop the hair around the crochet needle, close the latch, pull it through, go ahead and open the legs, pull the hair out, hold one piece of the hair, and pull the other one through. Right. Don't worry about, if you're using braiding hair, don't worry about your hair getting a little knotted up as you separate it. You know what I'm talking about if you use braiding hair. Don't worry about it. It'll make the lock look more distressed. Remember what I said about tapering the ends? So right now they're looking about even. So I'm going to just pull this one so that it could be longer. This is this end and this is the shorter end. You want to have a longer piece of hair to wrap around and a shorter piece of hair. You want to make sure that the longer piece of hair you have is what you'll be wrapping with, and the shorter piece is what you'll be wrapping the hair around. You want to do this so that when you get to the end of your twist or your braid or whatever, you still have hair to wrap the braiding hair around, right? And also, you, depending on how long you wrap your lock, the hair that you leave out at the bottom is gonna be what gets curled. So then you're gonna hold your root tight, but not too tight to the point where you feel your hair follicles ripping out of your scalp. That's not necessary. You're just gonna hold it tight and then start to wrap the hair around. As you can see, I'm kind of pushing the root down like this, using that finger to push the hair around. You can wrap the braiding hair around your root twice or 3 times just to make sure that it's nice and tight and taut and it's not going to unravel at the root. And then remember what I said earlier, I like to spread the hair like this so that when it wraps around, it covers a lot of the hair. So watch this. It's going to cover. You see how much that covered? It covered from here to here. Versus if I kept it bunched up like this, it'll essentially, it won't cover as much ground. You see how it didn't really go anywhere? So, excuse me. Yes, I like to spread it and then wrap it. Now make sure you don't get lazy with wrapping it around. You want to pretty much keep the same amount of tightness as you did with your root. Why? Because if you don't, it'll unravel. And actually, I can probably show you some examples. I'll probably try to find some examples of that in my head, because I mean, this was a pretty long process. It took me a minute to put these in, and every single one is not perfectly uniform, but I also think that's why it came out so beautiful, because all of them aren't 100% the same. But yes, as you can see, if you feel the hair getting tight at the root, don't be afraid to let this one go so that you're not twisting your hair at the root so much that you're pulling your hair out. If you start to feel this getting really, really tight, just let it go. Let it unravel. And then assume twisting again. And you can do that as many times as you want, because again, over here we prioritize the health and wellness of our hair. Also, another method that I use while I'm wrapping is, I don't know if you just saw that, but I'm gonna do it again. When you twist, the whole thing twists inevitably, right? But when it's coming back around, I do that. Twist it back in the other direction so that it's not putting too much tension on my root. So it twists around, you hold this, you just twist your twist back like that. Okay? And then you just keep wrapping, and it's the same thing all the way down. Open it up, wrap it around. Twist it back if it's getting too tight. Open it up, wrap it around. I've been past the point where my twist ran out. So now literally all of the rest of this, like from this point where this little black piece is sticking out, like from this point down, it's just the rest of the braiding hair. And yeah, about sizing, I'll talk about sizing. The sizes really are up to you depending on how thick you want your locks to be. For me, I did not want a bulky, I did not want my locks to look bulky and big and huge. So you can pretty much keep your pieces of hair that you use to do your hair with. I'm trying to give you an idea. Like, this is a little bit, it's about thumb size, you know? Because trust me, if you have a lot of twists or braids or whatever, and then you use big pieces of hair, it's gonna be heavy, it's probably gonna be uncomfortable, hot, it's summertime, bulky. I mean, it really is up to you. I personally don't like that big, bulky style, unless that's literally what I'm going for. If I'm going for jumbo locks or jumbo whatever, then of course use a lot of hair. But the Kanekalon braiding packs, they come packed with a lot of hair, so you think that you have to use more than what you need, and it's usually not the case. Probably just keep it thumb size, and don't be afraid to, like, if you take it out thumb size and it's thick, don't be afraid to spread it out to see how much hair you actually have. So now I'm at the end. It's a little thin piece of hair. Please excuse the fly. Now you're just gonna wrap it around until literally you don't have any more hair to twist with. To wrap with. Just literally wrapping it around until I don't have any hair left. Why? Because it's gonna help keep your ends from unraveling. Trust me, this hair will take any opportunity to unravel. For me, this is kind of a little long for an end, so I'm just gonna take some of this and wrap a little bit more so that the lock can be longer. And then I'm gonna show you how I Bantu knot the end and how I figured out a way to not have to Bantu knot every single lock. I'm gonna show you. So yeah, if you're worried about what this looks like, it literally doesn't look that different. It just looks like a continuation of the lock, like it's not gonna look bad. Now what I do is when I'm first starting it, I don't know if you can see, you can kind of see it gets, let me just show you. So look, when you first start to wrap from the hair that is left, it's very thin. So what you want to do is when you first start, you want to go around that same spot a few times so that it can be the same. Like you see, this is clearly where the lock stops and this is where that new one starts. I'm just wrapping this hair around this part a few times. Not even a few times, as many times as I need for it to be the same thickness. See how it looks better? And then continue that process down more until my lock looks uniform and it looks longer to my desire. And I will show you what that looks like. I guess he just wants to be a part of the video too. You know, he's just starved for attention. His family doesn't give him any attention at home, so he has to make an appearance in my video. So maybe he wants to learn how to do his locks. It's just, he don't have to be rude about it. If he wanted me to let him know, I could have given him, you know, an in-person live tutorial, but I mean, I guess some things in life you just gotta take. So anyway, your lock should be nice and tight. This is what it's looking like at the root, you know. And then here is the method I figured out so that you don't have to Bantu knot every single twist. So boom. When I finished my hair, I was dead tired and it was like 5 a.m. and I'm like, I'm not about to sit here and wrap every single one of these locks. So what I did was I wrapped multiple of them together. Yes, I did. I put all of my hair in sections, like I sectioned it by part. Like let's say I would probably do this whole section, like when I want to dip my hair, right? And then I took scissors and I cut it to my desire, because who wants uneven locks, right? And so yeah, that's another thing you can do when you finish your hair, like this, what I'm showing you right now. So you take a section. It doesn't have to be a small section, because guess what? The hard part is over. Now this part can be easy, right? Take it, and you're gonna do that method of Bantu knotting that I showed you, but on a much larger scale, right? Take your hair. Yes, I'm showing you on the hair that I already curled because I love you all, right? You're gonna take the hair in large sections. After you trimmed it so that they're all equal size and equal length, and you're going to twist. It's going to be a large Bantu knot. Watch this. So you're twisting it, right? And you're gonna wrap it. Remember that knot I showed you? Here it is. But make sure you twist it nice and tight. Twisting, and then see, twisting and wrapping it all the way around. Twist, until it's a large Bantu knot. I literally had like 5 sections and all of my curls came out as beautiful as they did. I'm not lying to you. I'm showing you right now. Okay? So you got your large Bantu knot. I'll be right back. I'm about to go grab the pot and my towel. Don't forget your towel. Okay guys, actually I just decided to separate the chunk of hair that I had into 2. So I can just show you, right? I'm gonna take your boiling water and dip the hair and really let those curls take form, you know? So I just like to sit for a minute or 2. Dokie, take your hair out of the pot. Let it drip a little bit onto the towel. Really, you know, dry that hair out so that it doesn't drip on you. Safety first, you know. It's also good to use a smaller pot like this because, I'm not gonna lie, when I first did it, I just flipped all of my hair into one big boiling pot of water, and by the grace of God, I did not get burned. It was not a good idea. So be safe out there. Be careful. Please do not burn yourself. Squeezing that water out, you know. And then dry a little bit. You can let your hair dry for like a minute or 2. Also, I know you see those pictures that Sierra and I are plugging in the video. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. My @ is @myname'szay. I'll include it somewhere in the video. And Sierra's @ is @xo1_Sierra. Make sure that you follow us so that you can see these bomb pics and everything else that we take on the side. Not on the side, but yeah, we model. So make sure that you follow us on IG to stay up to date on those. After you let it dry for a minute or 2, you can start to unravel. And as you can see, it's already taken a very pretty curl. See? These are what your curls are gonna look like. Ta-da. There. And you don't have to spend all day wrapping each twist individually like I was doing in the beginning. Same thing for the other one so that you can see it again. Unwrap. Here we'll take a really pretty like so. See? Ta-da! A whole bunch of really cute curly hair. And that, ladies and gentlemen, theys and thems, all of our beautiful non-binary folk out there. You reached the conclusion of this video. I hope that you all enjoyed. I hope that this is really informational to you and inspirational. This is also my first time trying color. I hope this inspires you to try something different and also, you know, to keep it cute. If you like what you see, do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. And again, do not forget to follow Sierra and I on Instagram and Twitter. We will include our ads in the video. Love you so much and see you next week. Bye.